Hey gents, this channel is all about education, and part of that is education through my own mistakes. And today we're going to talk about what I wish I would have known when I was first buying dress shoes many years ago, and we're going to talk about the difference between like $60 or $70 dress shoes and $200 dress shoes, or somewhere thereabout. It's basically, how do you shop for high quality dress shoes without breaking the bank? Because I think the default for many guys is looking at somebody like Allen Edmonds or Alden, and those shoes are $300, $400, $500. And if you're going from your very first pair of dress shoes, you're not ready to make that jump. But what I'm here to really do on this channel is to just show you how to get to that one next step and say like, okay, stop going to the mall brands and invest a little bit more in less things so that you can have better quality stuff. So I can distinctly remember this first pair of, like, I would say real dress shoes that I bought on Zappos, and I can even remember tweeting a picture to my friends and saying like, hey, can I pull these shoes off? And they definitely got their wear over time. These are Ted Baker, and I can remember them being maybe like $100, $120, and they weren't a mistake necessarily, because that was what I could afford at the time, but I could have also afforded $50 more and it would have gotten me a much better shoe. Although at the time 7 years ago, we didn't have nearly as many options for all of these direct-to-consumer brands, and that's actually how I first came to find Beckett Simonon when they were launching their original collection, and then they launched their Goodyear Welted collection. So what you really want to look for when you're shopping for dress shoes, the first thing is the shape of the toe. If your toe shape is squared off, do not buy those shoes. They are not going to do anything for you. They're ugly. They're probably not going to last. Square-toed shoes are not the way to go. It's what a lot of guys buy because they're like $50 or cheaper, but they're cheap shoes and they're not doing you any favors. The second is going to be construction. You can see on these shoes how thin the sole is right here, and there's no stitching. They have this like faux wood look to them. These are glued together. So not only are the leather uppers not very good, and you can see the way they've creased and they just didn't shine or polish very well, but the way that these are constructed is if once these soles wear out, you throw the whole shoe away and you start over, which they're basically made to be disposable at that $100-ish price point. And this is a pair of shoes that I bought even after I had owned a few pairs of Beckett Simonon. These are from Ben Sherman, and what I found with these is they have a faux stitching on the side here. They're actually glued together. The leather is not good, but on the inside, there's a fabric insole and the lining is all fabric. And this is why your feet stink, is because if you have cotton on the inside of your shoes, cotton retains moisture and odor, and over time it builds up and your feet get really smelly. When it comes to a nicer made shoe with a leather lining, whether it be calfskin or full grain leather, when leather lines the interior of a shoe, it helps to get the moisture away from your foot. It actually absorbs the moisture and it also kills odor. And the way that you keep shoes looking really nice over 5+ years, like these shoes, is a shoe tree. And the shoe trees are made of cedar, which sucks the moisture in and also kills that odor, but it also keeps the form of your shoes really nice. And so the best thing you can do for dress shoes is buy a pair of dress shoes, buy a pair of like $15 or $20 cedar shoe trees, and those shoes are going to last for a very long time. So instead of buying that one pair of $60 shoes and then having to replace them because they wear out quickly and you can't resole them and you can't repair them, you want to buy that nice shoe. So construction is a big one. You want to look for a Blake Stitch construction or a Goodyear Welted construction. Goodyear Welted is typically a higher price than Blake Stitch. Blake Stitch is lighter weight, usually lower price, and you'll find those on a lot of European shoes. And you also want to look for the upper to be a full grain or a calfskin upper. That's probably my biggest problem with somebody like Thursday Boots. They do use full grain uppers on their shoes, but it's not the nicest leather. And so while yes, you can get them resoled, they're not going to look as good for as long as somebody like Allen Edmonds, but because they're Goodyear Welted and because they use full grain uppers and they use a leather lined interior, that shoe is going to last considerably longer than something in the $60 price point. And you can see on these Ben Sherman shoes, like the way that the leather kind of creased and wore, it's actually super thin, and it doesn't polish well, it doesn't clean up very well, it scuffs very easily. But if you have a really high quality, nice calfskin leather, and it's gonna make you look better. I mean, the first thing that many people look at when they meet somebody are your shoes, and you want to nail that impression as they kind of go up from there. Shoes say a lot about you, and it's worth investing in those nice ones. So if you can't go straight to the $395 Allen Edmonds shoes, which is going to be, and especially considering the way that many men wear dress shoes now, that's going to be a lifelong shoe. But even, I would say the 3 brands to look at for really great entry-level price dress shoes, where you're looking at about $150 to $200. Beckett Simonon, incredible value and really timeless designs. And those, depending on the promo, you can get those for like $150. Meerman, as much as I have trouble with the brand and there's some stuff, you'll see the videos on the channel about those. Meerman makes some incredible Goodyear welted shoes, really nice leathers and really great designs. You'll get those for under $200. And then Thursday Boots, their dress shoes come in at $180. I've done a few videos on those as well. That's going to be an incredible entry price for the shoes. It'll get you into Goodyear welted, and then beyond that, there's a ton of other options, and I've covered those on the channel. But really, I did a whole series on Allen Edmonds, and I spent a ton of time diving into the company's history and the way they make the shoes and everything else. And I'm more bullish on Allen Edmonds than ever. And you can get those shoes, they're factory seconds, you can get them on sale, and you can get those sometimes around $200. But to me, they're pulling back on their promotions, so you're probably gonna buy it full price. But if you buy a pair of Allen Edmonds shoes, it'll send you down the path to understanding really nice quality, high quality things, and I think it's worth investing in there. So really, to wrap it up, the difference in a $60 shoe versus a $200 shoe, you're looking at the construction methods, which is going to determine how long the shoe can last because you can repair it. The raw materials, so the leather quality and what type of leather is being used on the shoe. The linings, which is going to help with odor, smell, and ultimately how long the shoes can last, and just how good they're going to look. Don't buy square toe shoes that are like cheap and you think they're going to pass off as great shoes. As Well Built Style says, those are trash shoes. But really, you want to look for something that is timeless, elegant, and uses nice quality things. You can definitely cheat your way there, which is what I did here with these Ben Sherman shoes. It's a $60 mistake that I don't want other guys to make, because it's cutting a corner that is ultimately not worth it in the long run. But hey, who knows? This is all my opinion, and what do I know? I just have a YouTube channel where I talk about all this stuff. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What kind of shoe mistakes did you make as you first started buying shoes? Have you evolved beyond that? Or hopefully any of the videos that have been helpful as you've learned about that stuff on my channel or other YouTubers. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments. You can also reach out at _Kavalier on Twitter and Instagram. Until next time, gents, this is the Kavalier.